Hi everybody, my name is Sam Durbidge. I'm just correcting this here. I want to welcome you to my channel. And I want to let you be aware of how amazing you all are. I personally have a lot to mention here, and I wanted to first mention that this video is a video for one of the 4 to 5 recordings I mentioned I was going to do. One is a slideshow, one is going to be the introduction to the book chapters, and now this one is actually the one about my life, of what my desired life is. Behind me I'm sitting in a beautiful, wonderful rocking chair that I love. I care about any gifts that anybody's given me, and this chair was given to me by a neighbor at one time a while back, and it's really cool, and it fit with my belief of what I wanted. There's too many connections with the way that the pattern and color of this rocking chair and thing is, and then I've had to do a few adjustments, and eventually I want to fully correct and fix the chair by a professional when I have that time to do so. And but I've done my own things with the chair. But I wanted people to know that I care about all of you, and I do bless you all for those that want to. This is what I'm about. So I'm going to discuss about my idea of the dream vision board, vision goal list, or whatever you want to call it. Basically your goal, strategy, desired list. Many people and many beings, or many whoever, have defined it in many different ways. I've heard the prayer strategy list. I've heard the prayer goal strategy list. I've heard vision board. I've heard dream board. I've heard that was the original, and then it became religious, and people started doing goal lists. But I started hearing that next, but I don't know which one was first. Many people want to say the religious ideas were first. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I know that all religions in the ancient texts teach about this way of thinking and being. I also wanted to let people know that I don't hate or dislike anybody of any belief system. I left a belief system due to the lack of respect that and knowledge that I felt wasn't being followed by, and also then I started to notice things I didn't feel right about it. So there was many reasons why I left that church. It wasn't just because I didn't feel loved, it was because they were ignoring natural healing that even the scriptures talked about doing, and then there was a lot of contradictions with it. Then I learned people who worked for the Pentagon that were religious people and blood doctors and other stuff told me that there was things being hidden, and that the church was hiding it, and they knew about it. And I realized that some of these church leaders are doctors and other people, and they know studies, and they've been hiding these things. I didn't want to believe it, I didn't want to accept it, but I started trying it out, and then I started noticing what was going on. Plus, when after a few times of going after that, thinking I was doing what was needed, I then started to feel that there was something missing, and I felt that I was being controlled, manipulated, and coerced into following certain practices, being belittled, shamed, and put down. And many people don't like to feel like I'm saying that they did that to me, because then that makes them feel bad that was done, or that makes them feel like I'm trying to say they're evil or terrible individuals. I'm telling you what it felt and what happened. I'm sure there was many times we had different opinions about things that you felt hurt and mad at me for speaking my truth and awareness to you about things. I wanted you to know that I'm not afraid to stand up for my heart and for what I feel is necessary for me and others to do in life. So I wanted you to know that I'm doing this recording video for you to let you be aware that I'm not afraid to stand up for me. I'm not afraid to stand up for anybody that feels they need to be stood up for in any manner or in any way. You all matter, and you're all important, and everybody has the right to be who they wish to be. Everybody has the right to be their own individual and to do what they feel is important. And so I want to let you know that I've done a few things that have made me become a better individual. I've started to become my own full self. I've also realized who I really am inside, what my real purpose in life is, and what it is I need to do, and that is what I do. I don't expect you or others to do what I do. So I'm going to explain what I've learned. What I've learned is by following my path and focusing on my goals and my heartfelt reasonings, I've been able to put myself in a first position of recognizing that I am important, I am loved, I am enough, and so is everybody else. Now, where did I get this position from? Well, I've had experiences, spiritual and non-spiritual, and if I believe in any kind of higher being, which I do in some form, it would be the one that came to me in 2017. Whether that was imaginary or not, that being told me that I was loved, appreciated me, and already saw me as already achieved that which I wanted, and that which I wanted was okay to have. That there was no problem with wanting the things that was needed, because I knew that that would help me help my family and other people. And my family, there are many of them that may not believe this, but I actually did this because I know I have caused a lot of pain to them in their opinions about me and feelings, because I could never be what they wanted me to be. I tried. I even tried to communicate in their way, but I never was good enough to communicate or say the right things or sarcastically joke like they could. When I tried, I got belittled and put down and got yelled at by the whole family for just trying to fit in and trying to joke like they joked with me. I had a lot of things that pushed me away from my family, and yet I know that they've done a lot of nice things for me too, and yet they didn't feel appreciated enough. Well, the goals I put together for my vision board, and I still hold to this, was so that I could know that when I have the means to be able to make up for providing all the providing things they've done for me, I can pay them back, or I can provide them to get rid of their pains and stress that they complain about to me and others all the time that they have. And I think they still do. They still do. But I don't want to think that they still do. I want to see as if they don't, as if it's achieved, as if I or they have what we require in any way we can get it in. They don't need to get it from me. They can get it from them. But I do plan on providing things to those family members, even if I'm not in contact with them still. But they can call me. They can still get a hold of me. I'm not hiding. I'm in my own place in Bountiful. I'm still here. None of them have come to try to call me and say they want to come over. They want me to call and invite them over. I'm done inviting anybody over because of the secret attacks and personal attacks that I've had. And regardless how strange or silly that may sound, I'm done with trying to reach out to certain agreements that governments and religions have made, that if you let certain individuals into your home, then they can mess with you and cause you harm. But I have always told anybody that came that I do not accept or comply to any of them doing any harm or stealing anything from me, and so that they're clear that they can't do that, that they're not allowed. And by law, I've asked that to stop. And I've pulled my records from the church I was part of for that reason, and I did do what was required. And I did actually get it notarized and I did send it through the process, and it should be processed over to them. I don't know what the holdup is, but I do know that as soon as I did the process, regardless, they said it was processed and it's ready to be sent. I knew in my heart that I'd be okay. That because I did that as soon as I did that, my heart and feeling started to heal. I started to feel amazing. I started to have powerful healing in my heart. I started to feel strong and spiritual. I started to feel amazingly amazing. So I want you all to know that I care about you, and I'm looking at how much time we have with the video. And I actually care about every one of you, and I'm not afraid to stand up for myself or for others. I have a big heart, but I'm also careful. I record anything I do around family, friends, or anybody now, and I voice record anywhere I go. And I do whatever I feel is safe for me, but I also pray and bless all that are around me, and even in my car, even secretly with my thoughts and feelings. I do that even if I have a hard time telling that or expressing that to people because they don't want to accept that, or they want to tell me how to think and be. That's why I haven't communicated with my mom and family as much, is because whenever I talk to them, they want to tell me that I'm mentally ill or wrong for having concerned thoughts or worried thoughts that I bring up that I know is needed. And I'm only bringing up those concerned thoughts or worried thoughts is so that they know that I need healing, that I need them to take it seriously and to not ignore, and that these things have happened. They don't want to have belief that they happen. They want to think as if it's a mental illness or an issue. You know what? When someone gets abused or sexually or gets affected, and how much proof do you need for someone to tell something is happening? I'm not really necessarily blaming any individuals because I don't know the individuals that are doing this, and I don't know their reasoning behind it. But I bless and I forgive them, and I bless their families, their friends, and everybody. I do what Christ taught, and if I die because of that, and these people kill me or cause me to kill myself from them putting things that cause me to kill me, or do things to me and others that kill me, well, guess what? That's on them. It's not on me. I did everything out of love and focus, and I pray and I bless. I put the Celtic salt and Himalaya salt in my halls and everything. And ever since, I've been noticing that I've been more protected than I was before. That there was a little bit less evil in my home and more happiness and more healing. And it also kept those that wanted to fight or cause harm away from my house. So it's like a repellent of those that want to start fights and be evil. And many people try to claim that I want to start fights or cause harm. I don't. I don't want that for my brothers and my family. Yeah, I may have had dreams, I may have had experiences, but I want everybody to know that I forgive you and I forgive me and I forgive all of us. We are all important. We all matter. I love all of you. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not scared of you. I love you. Even if you've done things or secretly done things, that's on you, not on me. I trust and have a heart of gold, and I follow my heart strongly, and I focus on an idea and dream that is so powerful, so important, that I know is real. I see it has already happened. So Greg Braden and Bruce Lipton information are out there. You can look up Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton, and you can YouTube it and find those videos of a 72-hour healing technique or manifesting technique, and they'll talk about the sciences and the thought process, that when you hold to a loving thought and feeling and emotion as one, and when two people come together as equals, a man and a woman come together as equals in heart, it can create reality, even stronger. It doesn't have to be just a man and woman. It can be a man and a man, a woman and a woman, whatever. And this is not talking about romance or anything like that. It's talking about heartfelt love inside your heart to theirs. We're all connected, and there is an inner love, an inner peace, an inner self, and that's where the connection to any heavenly realm that exists is. Otherwise, it's just a nice feeling thought focus to have. So this is what I do. So there is a thing called the this thing right here, and it's called the golden rule is the only rule. As you can see, if you can't read it, which I think you will be able to when I upload it, I will post postings on @DurbinSamuel on Twitter about this, and I haven't updated. I'll also do a video of my. There will be a video slideshow of a new updated vision board goal pictures of what I would want, without words necessarily, unless I decide to choose some of them that have words with them. But regardless what's said and what's interpreted, you can always adapt to this for you, and I can adapt it differently than what's mentioned. Even in my book, I've updated and corrected through the videos, and eventually I want to correct the book itself to an updated version of it, from what I was to what I am. And so it will be kind of a new version of that book, so that I can show that I was this way and now I'm this way. It doesn't mean that either way was bad. It was just my full heart wasn't in my other book. It was connected to a religion-controlled belief rather than an unconditional like I thought I was doing. And so now I'm unconditional, and I'm unconditional in a peaceful way, not in an evil way, and then manifesting your reality desired life. So this video just explains what that's about. So I'm going to briefly tell you something here. I need to check what we got. There we go. Time. So I'm going to briefly tell you my story of how I achieved this goal. Now I have pictures behind me that kind of give you the idea. So first, this one's a big picture. I'll try to put it in a way. So this would be where I achieved getting this gift freely given. This would be the most harmonious focus that I would want, is freely being given at my front door where I have currently been, and then someone giving me a gift out of the blue. No strings attached, just a belief that somehow, because of things that I did in the past or current or whatever the universe can do, which is unlimited and harmonious and peaceful and blissful, and just knowing that it just comes. And then that day I'm given gift cards or whatever and trusts and paperwork to have a new home, a car, and the car is outside, and then they bring moving trucks that same day as a gift. You've seen those moving channels, right, where they surprise people and renovate and change their house and provide them, or places or shows like Random Acts and things like that. I love shows like that because it's promoting the idea of gifting to those that are struggling or needed, or others have told people about. I actually did try to tell Random Acts to do something for my parents and other people that were my friends, but that was like back in 2017 time frame, or 18, and those friends, or a little bit before 2017, but they gave up on me at that time. But I did try to get a hold and try to get Random Acts to do something, but I told them, and they never responded back to me or told me. And that's fine. They had a lot of people they were doing things for, and I don't know if they would ever do that or if they did try or not. But I did. I actually reached out, please do Random Acts to my family or friends or whatever. I wanted to do that to those that were there for me, but I also wanted to do it for other brothers and family. I actually wanted my whole family to be helped by Random Acts, is what I would hope for. And I have 7 brothers and 1 sister, and they're all married. Or were married and then married again, or whatever. All I know is they all have children and families of their own, however it is, and I care about all of them regardless how they think of me or feel about me. So I want you to know that I bless you and I love you all, And I do care about everybody in my heart to yours. So my focus is I receive it. That's given to me, freely given. And I asked in 2017 to this being that I would get this, and I was told that whatever I do between then and 2019, by the time I do what I'm going to, and I'll notice it, then that's when it will be provided, that it's already been given. It showed me the spirit of my wife, that I would be received, that as part of my vision, goal, desire to have someone in my life. Now, at the time, I thought that eternal marriage was important. Now I kind of believe that regardless, it will be an eternal connected being, connection regardless of what belief we are. But it's going to be more of a oneness belief and caring about each other and being authentic and being ourselves, eating organic vegan food and healthy stuff. So I wrote a journal idea of a story of how I would meet her within a week or something. It doesn't necessarily need to be that way. That might be too quick for me. But having a relationship where I get my teeth taken care of naturally and holistically, my health taken care of and getting a massage maybe every other week, or having my own massage, full chair for feet and everything that's full holistic, that actually works for detoxing and healing. And then I have metal in my back, so eventually I would want to get my body to shift correctly and then maybe get the metal out of the body, or maybe manifest it out of the body somehow, like dissolving it spiritually. And so maybe I'll never be able to get that out, because that's a pretty strict surgery to have. But those metal things are in my body, and I have a fracture in my lower back, and I've had issues with any change in my bone structure. Those things keep messing with my temperature and other issues. In the cold times, I get colder than others. In the hot, I get hotter than others and don't even really sweat, or haven't in the past. I do a little bit better now, but now I drink Celtic salt and Himalaya salt that's diluted in water, healthy, with regular water too, so I'm not doing too much salt, so that it doesn't over detox my system, but it raises my vibration belief. I've noticed it protects me, makes me feel more spiritual and loving. So I wanted to mention that I care about all you. I have belief in all of you. This video is going to be about 33 minutes, so we got like a little bit less than 11 minutes left. So I wanted you to know the belief, and it might be shorter than that if my phone decides. So what I'm going to tell you right now is I have belief in you and care about you. Hopefully I can say the rest of this, but I wanted you to be aware of that. And I bless you that you have your desired life. Already happened, already happened, already happened, already done, already done, already done, now, now, now. It's a technique that Greg Braden talks about, Gift of the Blessing CD, and the non-medicine hospital in Beijing, China, that shut down in 2001 because of political reasons, but they healed over 1,000 plus people, and they were 95% plus accurate. They always say 95% plus for law reasons, because it was really, really well done. And so anybody that stayed with the treatment were healed. And they usually have a month training, teaching, where you see people being healed in front of you, and then your belief grows because you see that, and then it happens. But they actually are healing people. And healing is a focus, belief, and a lot of religions talk about that, but it's your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions is one. So I'm going to bring up this other idea. So what you can also do is think and talk about your desired life has already occurred. So that's what I see with all these pictures. These are just my sketch energy that I did, knowing that that's how it's going to feel and be. It doesn't necessarily have to be that way exactly. It's going to be better than that, however it will. But it doesn't have to happen in that way. It can happen in many ways, and many people and many beings can provide it in. All I know is it's meant to happen. It's supposed to happen. It was already promised, and I hold to it. I don't doubt. I hold to the hope. I hold to the goal. I know that it's possible, and that's how people have done it, that have done the vision boards, and then some of them have gotten it within 5 years, some of them shorter than that. But a lot of them that have been told to do it this way somehow succeeded in their thought focus and was blessed, and they always received a ton more than they ever wanted. Many of them are millionaires or billionaires now because of their focus or books that they put out. Well, I am now doing this freely for you. I did the book chapters freely. Yes, they're long recordings and commentary from my heart, but I'm the one that wrote the book. I have the right to tell you how long I need to tell you in. So I hope those get on here, but at least this video will, to know that I do care unconditionally. I'm not part of any religion other than my heart. I do have a heart-blessed belief that we are all okay. If we want peace, we will get that peace. So I care, and I have a heartfelt feeling for you. So here we go. So my belief is I already have achieved these things already. So the story is I wake up, maybe watch a show, and then all of a sudden I get a knock at the door and someone slides something under the door. And I look at it, and it's a gift, and it's a card, and it says, hey, here's all these gift cards, here's all these things. And it's an amount that's so high that I know is what I require. And I know the exact amount, but I'm not going to tell you the amount because I know the exact amount would be within $15,000 to $30,000 in the gift cards, whatever's required, and possible cash in hand if needed to go get my new car license, and then also a trust and things to get off of disability and all these things that they have done and helped me with secretly or able to, or things just happen that way at that time. Just miracles just keep happening. And so think about the show Miracle on 34th Street with the girl telling Santa, I'll have belief in you, or I'll trust in you if you can make this house and these things happen. Now there's different versions of that show, and each one of them, they achieved the thing they wanted, and they even got more than what you could ever think of getting. That's how this works. You know that it can happen, and you know that if this person has the power or ability to do it, and they do, and you have belief in that faith of that promise, then it will come true. I was told it will happen in whatever way I desire, that all those things are okay, and I was treated as if it was already done for me, and I was already perfected, and that being was me, and I was that being. In 2017, I was told to keep telling people this and letting them know, so that those that do meditate in this way with me or think in this way with me, they'll be blessed too and help it happen faster. Those that don't, it's okay. I forgive you. You're loved. You're blessed too in your own way of desire. And that's my hope for you. You don't have to have what I want, but I know that what I want is important, because then I can help heal people, build up companies, and have companies that are able to turn into a free society company eventually, where we make plant-based type of healings and things for healing and techniques that actually help, and then be able to bless and create more and more and be there for one another, and then energy heal too. So we don't have to just rely on the plants and water and things. We rely on our healing and blessings of each other. Let others be them and me be me, and go from there. But never feel pressured to be something you feel you don't feel right about being. And that's what I'm doing. So I care and I bless you, but it doesn't mean I can be in your life or you can be in mine. But it doesn't mean that I don't want you in my life. I want those that want to be peaceful and blissful and truly authentic, and letting me be the authentic me I am, and see me for who I really am, rather than what they think I am or come across to them. Because I really actually pray for my brothers, my family every day, and my own focused belief of thought, feeling. I do that in my thoughts. I do that in my singing. And I've been doing it in the last couple of days a little bit more. And if I don't do it, it could be because I'm struggling in something else that I need to focus on. And so I focus and get distracted. But then I get out of the distraction and go back to praying and believing in my heart, but not to a deity necessarily, to an energy connection of whatever is. I don't choose to define anything. I let people decide for themselves. For me, I follow what is right for me, and I get out of any programs or religions I feel are doing the opposite of their teaching, or even the teachings that they're teaching aren't fully unconditional and they're subjects to controls that I feel are connected to slavery tactics and MK Ultra controls. And so I've stayed away from that and bless them and forgive them for any personal attacks or lack of understanding of my feelings and needs. So it's okay. So I've done what I feel I needed to do for me. So what I have is I get those gifts at the door, then I get drawn to the car. We go to certain places to get the money and things set up, and then they get me to my house. I meet a girl while going shopping or whatever, and then she happens to see me at the house and lives down the street in that experience. What's really cool is it doesn't have to happen right the first week, but I was hoping it would, and then maybe within that week we get closer and then decide to start dating and being in a relationship, and we have dreams about each other. At first I thought my parents and family would have dreams. In my book I wrote differently about it. I also said that I would ask her to marry, but it's actually her deciding to want to ask me, but I have felt the same way, so we ask each other at the same time. She kneels down in the gazebo thing that I have in the backyard. I knelt down as well and noticed, and just a lot of miracles just occurred. A fairy tale wedding in Disneyland or Disney World would be amazing to me, or somewhere where there's an organic type of thing. But I found out ideas, I searched, I called places already and looked into it on how it would work for the food, and they actually have a food company that will deliver to the hotel rooms and places, or to the people at the hotel to make the food for you and then give you that food for you. You just pay for the services, and it's really cool. And I've looked into things that I have and point programs and all sorts of stuff just so that I can know how much or what it would take. And that's what I did. But this was really cool because I achieved it. I shake the hand, thank the people. I got free tickets to places, and I've done this before in a belief that I would get tickets to Lagoon or others, and it happened exactly the way I told a cousin. And then my sister-in-law, the one that I said would give it through my brother or whatever, it actually happened that way, but I never told them that. Never told my parents that either. So that's how this works. So I'm just going to sum this up. I trust and believe and bless in you. But yeah, this is my story. Now in the next recording, I'm going to tell a brief ending to that story that I've already achieved it, and then we're going to do a blessing for all of us in a focused meditation that we've already achieved. So I bless you all. Thank you. You can reach me at 801-499-4494 if you want to do this with me, or durbinsamuel@gmail.com. I'll put links below. Thank you. Subscribe. I bless you all. For all those that want to be blessed. It's already happened. It's already happened. It's already happened. It's already done. It's already done. It's already done. Now. Bless you all.